Hey brand owners, Marketer Mike here. I'm super excited for this video today. So today I'm going to be going over exactly how you want your product page to look in 2025 to be able to convert most effectively for you. Now listen, I know how it is whenever you've made so many changes to your website and you get traffic and nothing converts. It's extremely frustrating. You question if you've done anything right up to this point, and I bet you have a great website and you have just a few tweaks you need to make. And I'm going to show you exactly what I've seen across the board when I studied some multi-million dollar brands. For my brands as well, we've been looking to update the websites, and so I've been doing extensive research in terms of what works, what doesn't, and I put together a few very important features that I was seeing across the board that I recommended you have across every one of your product pages. So no further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So let's go ahead and go into this, and I'm going to go ahead and start with a few results that we've recently got. Let me go ahead and present this in present mode. I'm actually just going to do it like this. So, some recent results with Facebook ads. As you see, we had this one brand that's done $1 million this year alone already. This is a clothing brand. Sorry, it's a cosmetic brand that's actually doing extremely well. We're targeting worldwide. As you see, we've had a crazy couple of days. We were doing like 10K days. We're getting right back up to it with the winning ad creative. Here's another brand, last 90 days, 418K last 90 days alone, so almost pushing to that 500,000 mark in the last 90 days. This is for a men's cosmetic brand. And then we have a supplement brand over here. This is who I was mainly doing some of the research for, so you will see a couple of these brands tailored for supplement brands, but I promise you this will work for absolutely every niche if you implement it correctly. So last 90 days, 377%. As you see, a 50% increase, 20% increase, 30% increase. We're increasing over here, y'all. You know the deal. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into what you guys are actually here for. And by the way, if you guys like this at any time, I would really much appreciate it if you could like or subscribe. If you have any questions about any terms of apps, anything I'm going to go ahead and mention, go ahead and just comment it down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So the very first thing that I was seeing across the board is everyone was having a short description under the product name. So you should have your product name, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you an exact example here. You should have your product name, and under your product name, you should have 1 to 2 lines explaining exactly what the product does. If you don't have that, then people don't know what the product does. Yes, you can say, oh, the ad told them XYZ. People forget, so they need like a one-liner, 1 to 3 sentences that say exactly what the product does. This is very important. It helps people, understand the product right away. If they have any thoughts, and make sure they're in the right place. If you have multiple products, it's helpful for them to click on multiple ones and see what the differentiating factors are, what they do specifically. This is very important. Continuing on, C does it as well. As you see, they have it right here. Probiotic and prebiotic formulated to provide benefits. That's what they have underneath theirs. So again, 1 to 3 sentences that highlight a key benefit of your product immediately. Get that exact point across. All right, the next thing I was seeing across the board is some sort of subscription model. Subscribe and save. Or if you don't have a subscription model, you're a one-off product. Do a quantity tier. So buy one, buy three, buy five. But most of the time, most supplements or most beauty brands, majority of brands, you can find some sort of subscription. I highly recommend subscription. That's how you're gonna gradually get higher every single month without having to do too much work. Say 5 to 15% of people subscribe, and now you have them on that residual monthly payments. You get that added up over time, and boom, you're recurring 1,000, then 2,000, then 3, then 10. It's a snowball effect, and it works absolutely amazing. People also are constantly looking for a deal, so if you're not offering like an evergreen promotion or deal, this is kind of a reason or way you can go ahead and implement that and show that you're always offering a deal. Then you can go ahead and turn this into an advertisement. Oh, subscribe and save this amount. Save up to this amount when you subscribe. Those different terminologies and ads that you can then produce that catch the buyer's attention. So as you see, it boosts your sales. It boosts your average order value because instead of people buying, one, they buy multiple, including the lifetime value of a customer. So now the lifetime value of a customer might 5x, just off of them subscribing. Rather than buying one time, they might be a subscriber for 3, 5 months, or even a whole year. Offer a tier discount so people want to subscribe longer. Here's a couple examples over here. So subscribers save 15, or you can do the one-time purchase. Here's monthly. It says you save 20%, but you can save another 20%. So they should have done something bigger here. They should have done like 10 and 20%. Here's an example, 10 and 15%. So I did provide a couple examples here. Now I will provide exact references of these websites so you guys can go through those websites that I grabbed from. But what I was seeing is defaults to 1, 3, and 5 or 6 months. So that's what I would do for your tiered for higher retention. What next I found was very important was a small text next to the buy button. Now I didn't have like a super smart name for this, but this is pretty much what it is. But basically, small text, but has a huge impact. They might be ready to buy the product, but there's always going to be just that little something on the back of their mind that like keeps them from buying the product. What this does is this provides 3 to 4 really important crucial factors that get people to want to buy the product. For example, if you see right here, so you can add free shipping, reschedule or cancel at any time, 30-day money back guarantee. That's a very popular one. You're seeing that across the board, almost every single one. Money back guarantee, risk-free money back guarantee. That's what people want. That's what people want is some sort of risk-free. They want to know if is this going to work for me, and am I going to get burned on it? Those are the two things. And the risk-free guarantee kind of like eliminates that second half. And then the works for me, that is everything beforehand. Like the small text, the ad creative, and then what we're about to get into right now is going to be the accordion description. Now this, in my opinion, is by far the most important thing. Now everyone knows you have to have a good description on your product page. However, traditionally, you would have the description, you would have like this much, you would have like 3 to 5 scrolls of the whole description being how to use it, benefits, case studies, return policies. Now, what the new thing is accordion description. This condenses down and lifts up, and you get to choose as a customer what you want to see. So if there's stuff on there that you don't care about, you don't have to click on it. Now, this also is very important because it explains the product very thoroughly, but without taking up too much space. Very common things in the accordion description. Obviously, are going to be the description, any benefits specific for the product. These are different from features. You got features and benefits. So features are, going to be in the description, like what exactly is the product. Benefits is how is that going to help you? How is that going to help you? Does it eliminate this stuff? How does it improve your quality of life? That's what you need to go ahead and put inside of benefits. How to use. You need to separate your how to use into 3 steps. Don't just say, don't have a paragraph in there. Have 3 broken down steps, 3 to 5. Say, and spell it out as if they are a child. Do this twice a day. Do this like this. Do this like this, and by this day, you should start seeing results. Like that's how it needs to be. If you have any clinical studies, that's helpful. Anything that they need to know. So, like shipping information's been really. Shipping information's been very valuable to have. I'll actually show you an example right now. We'll reference this brand again as well. This is Plants Basically with Juicy Joint. They're a great brand. They mark every single box possible. They do crazy numbers a month. As you see, they're going to have absolutely almost everything I'm mentioning. Here's a small text up here. Here's a subscription. Got a small text underneath the add to cart button. You have the multiple accordion description. And then you have the how to use inside of this. Let's click on the how to use. Look, 1 through 4 steps. Super easy. Some bullet points of anything else that you might need. Shipping info, this is what I really wanted to show you. What is the processing time? How do I find the tracking information? What if my order changes? What's your satisfaction guarantee? What if I need to contact you? These are everything spelled out in exactly one spot, super concise. Did a great job. So that's what I would recommend for that if I were you guys. Now, I will say that if you want to do the accordion description as well, what I would recommend you doing, there's a lot of apps for it. Just go to the App Store and type in accordion description inside the App Store of Shopify. You're going to see a ton of examples for you. You can change the font as you need, but the general structure is going to be the same. They make it relatively easy, but almost all these things are going to be apps. So if you're asking like, oh, how do I do these things? A lot of them are going to be apps that you install. So you can go type in these apps into your Shopify. Do not customize your Shopify store. Like, don't manually go get a coder to customize it. It'll be so difficult. For you guys who want to edit in the future, I promise you that's not even now how Facebook or Shopify is intended. Shopify is intended to be a plug and play where it does everything for you. Now, if you start editing on top of that, I promise you your conversion rate's going to tank. It's going to take you forever to revert back to it. Do not do that. It's so annoying when you run into that situation. I promise you. We have a brand right now, that brand I'm actually doing this for, that puts together like what they need to update their site. They're doing this because they had someone that custom coded it. They haven't been able to edit their website in about a year and a half. So take that into account. Do you want something you can easily plug and play and continuously plug and play per seasonality for your headlines and stuff like that and for your banners? Or do you want something that's custom coded that's super annoying that you have to go contact somebody, or you have to have that specialized skill to kind of know how to do it? For me, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to do the plug and play option. So yeah, a lot of these have apps that do plug and play. So there's a lot of accordion description apps. If you guys have any questions on specific apps, comment down below. I can message you guys that as well. If I get several questions, I'll go ahead and make a whole video over like each app for each one of these. Um, I was going to do that, but this video is already going to be a little bit long, so I wanted to kind of eliminate that. Moving on. So before and after. This is a whole section, before and after. I did provide a couple examples. This is like real people, real reviews, has before and afters. This is crucial. This is so crucial to have on your website. Here's like a hair removal. You have the hair skinless over here. You have a little bit of hair right here. Before and after, this shows real results and builds confidence and proves effectiveness of your product. So I mean, that drives me back to what I said earlier. Is it going to work for me? What's my risk involved? So this answers the is it going to work for me and eliminates the risk because it's working for other people. They can see someone that they look like and they can be like, it worked for them. It's going to work for me. Moving on, this is so important, is reviews and social proof. Almost every single top brand had a ton of reviews. Now, you don't have to have a perfect 5-star. Anywhere from like a 5.6, 4.7, 4.8 to 5. That's great. Let the reviews do the talking. Show star ratings, testimonials, influencers endorsing to boost credibility. You're seeing so many do the influencer side of things to boost credibility, but there's a lot more aspects to that in social proof. In terms of like the everyday people, the number of everyday people, that's going to add up as well. So you should have a review system. You should have a way that messages people as soon as they buy, that encourage them to go ahead and leave a great review for you. All right, let's continue on. FAQ section. Now, this is usually this is at the very bottom of your page, usually at the very bottom under your social proof or right above your social proof, but I would recommend at the end. So if they make it past your social proof, then it can answer any outstanding questions. But these are questions that you're getting in common. This is going to help address concerns, reduce friction, and help customers make decisions faster. Instead of them having to like go get that question answered online or somewhere else, they can get it answered directly on your product page. And the more questions that you answer, the better. The more that they're going to understand the product, the more they understand the product, the more they're likely to buy. So this is why FAQ section is super important. If you guys are getting common questions in your DMs, common questions on your viral content, common questions on your ads, these are questions, or emails even, these are questions that you need to turn around and put inside of your product pages on the very bottom. One of the best additives as well that I've been noticing in 2025 is the slide cart. Do not take people to a separate page when they add to cart. So if you add to cart and it redirects you to that add to cart page, that's a huge no-no. That has not been effective for the last year and a half, 2 years. Even longer than that. We've been moved away from that. So if you're using a basic theme that's pushing people to the site, do not do that anymore, please. Go get a slide cart. You can go to the App Store. I believe Upcart is a really popular one. We got Monster Cart as well. Look for something that has a 4.8 and higher with a ton of reviews and add that to your store. This is so imperative. It increases your average order it increases your average order value, it increases your conversion rate. People don't like to be redirected to a different page. It also allows you to add relevant upsells. Allows you to add a place where they can put in a discount code, so people aren't like, where do I put a discount code at? All that stuff. It sums up and puts everything in one spot, clean and concise. It increases your average order value. It increases your conversion rate. It honestly helps out your site completely overall and is a complete must. So I would recommend you guys implement almost every single one of these into your store in 2025. I'm going to go ahead and include this page as well. So here are the elements broken down. I'll go through them real quick. Short description under the page. Short description under the name of the product. This is going to tell people exactly what the product does for them. Subscription and save. This increases your average order value and the lifetime value of a customer. Small text underneath the add to cart button. This reduces friction, convinces them just to go over the top to click that add to buy button if they're a little bit hesitant. According description is a description that gets all the concise information in one spot rather than taking through several scrolls. The customer can decide what information is important to them and then get educated on their own. Before and afters, this is great for almost any brand that does like a transformation, showing that it can work for you and will work for you. Social proof. Social proof is also super important. Reviews, having a whole section that shows before and afters is also helpful. And then behind that is going to be the FAQ section. Constant questions that you're getting that you can answer to the customers right away without them having to go anywhere else. Last but not least, that functionality of slide cart to increase the average order value, increase your likelihood of them buying more products, upsells, availability to stay on the same page without having to be redirected. This is great for clothing as well. Think of it as like going to adding a whole bunch of stuff, putting a bunch of stuff into your physical cart and going and getting dressed and deciding, oh, I only want 1/3 of this stuff, or 2 or 3 items rather than like 5 or 8 items. That's what the cart does. So people can add a cart, then they can scroll through and look and decide what they want rather than, oh, I have to be redirected to it every single time I click on it. So is that going to make me likely to click 8 things if I know every time I click on something I'm getting pulled to this page, not to back out again? No, it's not. If I have to add a cart one time, it redirects me. I'm probably just going to buy that one product or I'm going to leave. If it decides the cart, I can minimize that cart, or I can engage with it. Those are my two options, and it's way more engaging and way more satisfying as a customer. Yeah, but that's gonna be it for that. Now, if you are ready to scale your brand, this is something I do on a daily basis. Is I consult people on how to effectively set up their brand, how to make it optimized for direct to consumer, and how to grow online with Facebook ads. Me and my team actually run the Facebook ads for the brands, and then we consult them on the type of ads they need, how to update their website to make it more direct to consumer, and how to scale to the absolute moon. Again, I kind of already showed you the results at the very beginning. So you guys know I'm getting constant numbers, and I'm looking to add a few more brands this year to scale to the moon. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and comment scale down below, or you can go ahead and DM me at Marketer Mike, and we can get talking. By the way, I am going to provide this whole slide for you guys. I do have all the relevant site references at the end, so you guys can reference any of these screenshots that I have. You guys can go through these are the top brands. They make over multiple millions a year. You can click on them, and you're going to see almost all of them have every single section that I referred to. So if you're wanting to take your brand to the top and get at the top of the line of what your product page should look like on Shopify, I would recommend that you implement almost every single one of these things that I mentioned today. And if you do and you see a great conversion difference, go ahead and DM me or comment down below, and I would love to kind of get that exact feedback. If you guys want to know what apps I use specifically for these things, go ahead and comment down below, and I'll make a separate video regarding that. But with no further ado, this has been an amazing video. I'm super excited I could provide this information. Remember, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe if you can. It means the absolute world to me if you made it this far. And I'll talk to you guys soon.